Well, TINtech is always amazing to me. I mean, first of all, I'm a big fan of the London market. I've been in insurance, general insurance, for almost 20 years now. But London market is actually where insurance is happening, in my opinion, right? Specialty risk, this is really where the heart of insurance is. TINtech is one of the events, in my opinion, globally, right? Brings together a lot of practitioners from technology, business, and so on. And it's all about innovation, right? Which is, time is now to innovate, in my opinion.
So I'm the London Market Engagement Lead for Guidewire. So it's my role and responsibility really to be here talking to the market, really understanding what's key, what's being mentioned by the panel speakers, but then also the people, the audience, delegates. So really from my perspective, it's my job to be here, sort of finger on the pulse and speaking to practitioners. I think for me, there's a lot of uncertainty. I think there's a lot of nervousness in the market. I think you've got a number of internal and external factors at play, which is really driving a little bit of that. So on the external side, you're getting market-driven dynamics like Blueprint 2, key initiatives like the core data record, and people not really understanding when the rubber hits the road, how that's going to impact them. On the internal side, you've got a number of insurers and carriers looking at their internal tech stack and thinking, how do we move some of that to the cloud? How do we prioritize that journey? Do we do so with the same processes? And how do we map that into the technology in a way that's going to work for us? But then also you've got the culture and the people problem as well, right? So it's how do you kind of bring all those different parameters to the fold to get the right result for you as a business? Yeah, so I think if you stop most underwriters and brokers in the street and ask them, I think they'd say that with more data, you can underwrite a risk more accurately. And that's key because from a capacity deployment perspective, you want to deploy your capacity into the market as efficiently as possible. But if you look at the prevalence of data, it's grown exponentially, sort of 60-70% year on year. Yet if you look at global premium around the globe, we've just tipped $7 million. It's growing at pretty anemic rates, less than 5% in real terms. So we're clearly not using that data properly to be able to underwrite emerging risks. Cyber's probably the only one in the last sort of 10 years which has really come to the fold and seen a huge amount of take-up. So how are we going to tackle this problem, and how are we going to solve bigger problems like the protection gap and uninsured risk around the world? And I think data is going to be key to that, but it's all about how you apply that data. And I think that's why, from my perspective, standing here from a technologies vendor, I think you have to map that problem around data into the core technology question of how can you get that data and the analytics it can provide into the hands of your core users.
I mean, what I elaborated today is really the change of risk profiles that we see, the change of the world. And to me, the main key topic is really uncertainty and unpredictability, as I said this morning, because of environmental change, environmental risks, right? Things that are really difficult to be controlled, in my opinion, right? Now is the time to act. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. And then we're going to be in a situation where natural catastrophes are going to rise incredibly. And yeah, the geopolitical thing also adds a lot of uncertainty for economies, for all kinds of markets. It affects supply chains, doing business between countries. And again, the main theme for me is really uncertainty, unpredictability, right? And this affects any kind of business, any society at the moment in planning stuff, doing business. What I'm really looking forward for, I mean, I've been in insurance technology for, again, 20, 25 years now, right? I was always looking at enabling innovation in the insurance industry through technology, right? Even from the early days where I was working for a German insurer to replace their agent broker system. So I hope that technology is going to be used now heavily in terms of enabling innovation, putting information forward into the position where it should be, right? Again, uncertainty, unpredictability. I think the London market can play a big role in giving back resilience, certainty, predictability to businesses. But in my opinion, although it's still a people-driven market, it's all about relationship, collaboration. I think technology, artificial intelligence, API-driven integration, data analytics insight as well in terms of proactive risk management, proactive risk mitigation. I think technology is hopefully going to be the key enabler for continuous innovation in the marketplace.
So some of the nervousness in the market I talked about earlier, I think you're really now starting to see that 2023, people are looking at their technology partners, their vendors, and really trying to understand, are they match fit? So what I mean by that is, do they have the right vision in place for the London market? How are they going to enact that over 24, 25? And also I think in terms of the skills gap that we have in the market at the moment, trying to find a business analyst who's got London market insurance skills is a nightmare at the moment. So you've probably got somewhere between 50 and 100 insurers in the London market, all going to be going to market in 2024, 2025 to find these people to deliver huge transformation for them. So I think there's a lot of people trying to get ahead of the crowd and actually start those conversations now. And that would be my advice to anyone, whether they've got the budget or not. Start the engagement with your partners, not just Guidewire, anyone, even outside core technology, because you really need to start having those plans in place to understand what you need to do from a heavy lift perspective and what are the plans to kind of actually put that in place.